How many camps have you attended or organized in?
How does it matter? Kerala I did, probably southmost I did in Kottayam, and one in Kodungalur. Kodungalur is an ashram which is by Dr. Lakshmi Kumari Amma. Heard about her? She was almost with Vivekananda's mission. Kanyakumari, there is a center called Vivekananda Mission. So she was with the Kanyakumari Center. Originally, she is a scientist in CSIR, TAFR, Tata Institute for Fundamental Research. Tata is the one in India who created research centers on different subjects. Your IAS, Indian Institute of Science, most of the auto rickshaw drivers may not know. But if you ask Tata Institute, they will know. It is more famous as Tata Institute. You know why? When Vivekananda was traveling in a ship, Tata was also there. J.R.D. Tata, the original. So both of them were traveling, and Vivekananda asked a question. Why are you going? Where are you going? He said, I want to buy steel. I want to see your teeth. So what happened was, he said, we are manufacturing steel for Bilai, but we are buying from somewhere. Nothing is able to process. We don't know the chemistry. Then Vivekananda said, why can't you start an institute where they will teach chemistry? Right? Where do I start? And he said, I will ask Maharaja. Vivekananda was very close to Mysore Palace. That was one of his resting place. There was a chair which was made for Vivekananda by the Maharaja. And that chair nobody else used to sit. That's a respect given to Vivekananda by Mysore Palace. So he said, I will ask Mysore Palace Maharaja to give a land. You give rest of the money and start institute. Got it? So Tata instituted Indian Institute of Science, where Maharaja gave the land, and that land was given in Bangalore. Then the institute came. Tata wrote a letter to Vivekananda to become the director of that institute. What is Vivekananda's qualification? BA dropout. I don't think he is completed. Correct? How can he become director of a science research center? So that is not, appointments were not done on qualification. It's done on the merit. There is a lot of difference between merit and merit. So that is one place. So Vivekananda was such an influential man, and he influenced a lot of people. One of the forerunner in that as a lady was from Kerala, Dr. Lakshmi Kumari. We have a center, Vivekananda Kendra. She was the head of that. At 70 or so, she said, I want to retire. Let me go back to my home. And her home is Iringalakuda Kodungalur, that side. I mentioned this sometime. There is a great poet in Kerala. When Mahatma Gandhi came, when he gave a speech, generally when leaders come, when they give a speech, somebody will be there to translate. Okay, so Mahatma Gandhi was quoting one of the great poems, one of the greatest poet. Immediately, Puttaretha Raman Menon. Remember? Puttaretha Raman Menon is a great writer. So, he immediately translated into Vellam Vellam Sarvatra, Tulli Kudikan Illatra. Plenty of water, but not a drop to drink. Google this sentence. Plenty of water, not a drop to drink. You will hear a great poet's name. I don't remember his name. Okay. So, this lady, Dr. Lakshmi Kumari, is Puttaretha Raman Menon's daughter. So, tradition-wise, she was great. Education-wise, she was great. She worked with a great institute, TAFR. and she also had a great devotion to Vivekananda. So she wanted to retire. So Vivekananda Kendra from Kanyakumari, they have sent few volunteers, like young girls, who are all volunteers there. You go also along with Amma. I also call her Amma. Go with Amma. Wherever she says, help her. We will pay the salary. And she came, purchased a small land in Kodungalur or gifted it. She started a beautiful center. Kochi people should go and visit that place. There is a hall in which all mural paintings of Vivekananda's life story. There are huts like houses, one single room, one washroom, one hut. 5, 6, 7 are constructed, nobody was using it. So I conducted a camp there. I used to go there to give public talk. Whenever there is a program, I am in Kerala or somewhere, they will invite me. Last yoga day also, I was a guest for them. I used to continuously write lot of questions from the youth will come to Vivekananda Kendra. They will send it to you. Come and sit here. Why do you want a gap there? Then I will cut to this video like this. Come. So what I used to do is, those questions they will send it to me. I will answer, and they used to post it in their magazine. So I am a constant contact with that center. So I did one there. Iringalakuda I have a house. I have done one. Then Naduvil, after Kottayam she came to Naduvil. Naduvil is my hometown, where we have it Nanam. I think I must have done some 50 camps. Where just now you have seen Ramson, who came. His father was diagonally opposite to my house. So every day morning he will come. We all have to break. Even he will not have breakfast in his house. He come and have breakfast with us. Then from office while coming, he will come straight to my place, stay some time, go fresh up, come back again. Night up to 12 o'clock we have entertainment. He is a great singer. You tell him Telugu, he will start in Telugu. You remember? No?
Yeah.
35. Immediately you change in Kannada, he will change in Kannada. Stop, immediately he will start. Tamil, so somebody will say Bangla, Oriya, Hindi. Most of the languages he knows. There may be some mistakes in the lyrics, but he knows the raga, tala and all that. Great. So he is my brother, elder brother. He is no more. One reason I am not going to Nanam is when I go there, these memories will come to me. So it's really paining. After he left, I didn't. After he left, after this, his father died, I never went to Naduvil. Only last December, my son's marriage fixation ceremony was there. So I went, but I did not enter inside house. Can you imagine? I went to Naduvil, did not enter inside house. Just so, and came back. But tomorrow I am going to be there again. So that is one center. And I did in Maharashtra, Amaravati, Gondia, Madhya Pradesh, and longest camp was in Abu Dhabi. 1 month camp. We had children from 3 years to elderly people also used to be there. That was on August 15th. We had a celebration along with the commissioner of. We have each country they will call the ambassador in different name. So he was ambassador of India was there. So we had a beautiful program. And then I did in Columbus, America. 3 batch. That was in a church. So I did so many. And Hyderabad was a constant center. We had lot of Bandh strike. Very rarely it happens outside Kerala. But during partition of Andhra Pradesh into Telangana, there were a lot of strikes. I was a professor in MBA in one of the colleges. So morning we will start, Bandh we will come back. All students also will come back. What do they do? I said, come, all of you come to my house. So in my house there used to be 20-30 students. Okay. We will all cook together, we will all eat together. There may be MBA students, MBBS students, aeronautics, mechanical, civil, electronics, electrical. We'll start. Saturday or Sunday we will go in. Our camp is not like this. Saturday or Sunday, maybe 10 people are coming, I'll say, I'll go to tomorrow's class, it's in metro station. So I'll buy a lot of tickets of different destinations, not one place. I'll buy 10 here, 10 there, like that, and keep it in pocket. And then whoever comes random, I will give. I say, take the train and go. That's class. Okay, that may be at 10 o'clock. Then I will say 11 o'clock, so and so place you must reach. By the time they would have reached somewhere in the corner, somewhere another place. How do you come back? It's your job. Two must have come together. I will say I will send you somewhere else. This fellow somewhere else. It's like a treasure hunt, right? And fort, we have a Golconda Fort, beautiful fort. There is a great story about the Golconda Fort. You must read. Bhongir, there was a place, and the young boy from the palace was in love with a Hindu girl. Now there is a light and sound show which depicts this. You can see light and sound show. I also posted. Last time I visited, whatever I have seen, I just posted, made a video and posted. Golconda Fort. That's a huge fort. So what do? We tell everybody 9 o'clock at that place. 9 o'clock we will enter. If somebody comes at 9:30, it's their botheration. They'll keep on ringing. I'll tell all of you should switch off your mobile. That's it. Nobody will respond. So she will think, what do I do? Nobody is taking phone. All the phones they will try. Nobody will, because I will tell all phones off. All phones off. After some time, what we will do is all of us on and then say, continuously call the other fellow. Understood? She will get confused. Oh, I am getting called. Let me try. We will switch off. And then we will send a message. We are in the fort in so and so place. That fort is a huge hill. Actually, we are not there. We are somewhere else. But we love to see them going there and searching. We can see from the top. Correct? Then again we will switch off. We'll say, what are you doing there? We are there only. Come here. We'll send. Location cannot be sent. It will become in the cliff. When you send location, it will be mistake. At least we are 10 people. Another 10 will be searching for us in the whole fort. Beautiful game. You look at Golconda Fort, DrTPS. You will learn the history of that fort also. I make videos from editing, picking up some pieces from here and there, add to my video, so the story is understood little. Some thrill is created. Even the temple diagram, it's not mine. Only mine will be few, but rest will be from different videos. I will mix them. SHIKSHA holiday program. That was called the SHIKSHA holiday program. SHIKSHA holiday program, if you see, I have created where it will happen. See, similarly, we have got a science museum. I'll take them to science museum, see everything and understand the principle. You are an electrical engineer, electronics, mechanical. When you see, you will remember, oh, 8th grade I learned this. You remember Ananda Master.
Yeah.
So I don't have to create it because we have got science, exhibition, labs, such museums are there, where I will take them and then show all that. Nadul, it is not there. So I have to get, if I do it in Bangalore, I should not recreate all that, because there is a, that science center?
No.
Kabban Park?
Yeah.
Kabban Park, you go to MG Road, the left side there is a beautiful Vishwesvaraya Museum.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
my college where I studied was this side of the Kabban Park. Other side is museum. So I pass through and the library is there, central library.
Yeah.
So I spend a lot of time there.
Sheshadri.
I sit there and then go to that place, then walk through the MG Road. This is my regular, every day evening, sometime here, then come back to us. So I know all those places. So Kabban Park is a beautiful place. The museum is a beautiful place. So when you go to museum, don't see. Write down the note, write down all the engineer's name. You will see Icon. I did a program called Icon. That's another camp which was a program which for young children 8th grade. Icon. Focus and see. Icon means focus and see. So I wanted people to see very focused. So I made children to go to museum. You can see my children looking at Icon. DrTPS, if you will see, you can see kids going, writing down every item in the, like this. When you take a picture, generally you will see people looking like this, right? But I made all of them because when they come back, I'll ask question. So many camps. I don't remember, I don't count. But experiments, DrTPS. These are all experiments. Experiments, DrTPS. There is a video which I kept, which will list out at least a few of them. I think I made 2 years back. Then virtual, lot of camps. Virtual camps, I told somebody comes from Kuwait, somebody will be from Abu Dhabi, the doctor will come from here, patient will be from Dubai, my niece was there, so many people were there. Okay. See, for this, answer can be 10, 100. Your question was how many, right? But what I spoke about Vivekananda, I spoke about Tata, I spoke about so many people, right? So I will not give a one-word answer. And I also expect you should not give a one-word answer. And you should also respond. Yeah, you asked a question, now you answer. You finish your job? Yes. Response.
Thank you. Sir, can you ask?
No, sir.
DrTPS, can I ask this question?
Yeah, you can.
Which sport do you like? Sport?
I used to play shuttle. I used to play football. University, I was playing football. But my family, all of them are volleyball players. I have got 2 national referees in my house. One is Padmanabhan, TP Padmanabhan. You ask anybody who is a volleyball player in Kerala, Papa Mash. He's called Papa Mash. He's a teacher. He has got a BSc, B.Ed, Mathematics, plus a BPEd. BPEd is Physical Education. So he is a Bachelor of Physical Education. He stays in Bangalore. All these kids, when they come there, if you don't know swimming, I'll say, Papata, she doesn't know swimming. He will take him, put it into the water. In 1 week, they will learn swimming. He can float on water. He will lie down like this. And then ask how much time? He will say, until I feel hungry. Okay. Papatan is one of another great portion of my life. I remember I took him to Alain along with me. When I had a camp in Alain, I had a camp, 3 days camp, I forgot. Alain, when I went to Papatan, I said, are you coming? Yeah, come. I have a passport, I never used it. He said, come, let us use it. So I went. He also came along with me. Immediately he found connections in Alain. Then he found Jimmy George, one of the great contributor of volleyball in Kerala. His brother is a doctor in Alain. Then he said, he came, they were friends, they met together. Now I just remember, when I came to Bangalore, immediately he said, Jimmy George, another brother is in Bangalore, he's staying in Kengeri only, you should tell him, like that he will tell. Connections are too much. If you tell, I am in Bangalore, I need something, immediately he will connect to many people. So volleyball is our every holiday program. First thing what we start is volleyball. School also have got a volleyball team. A lot of players in Kerala, in Naduvil, my place. When I went to America, you can see ground tennis also I played. Tennis I played. Horribly played. Because I spoiled my shoulder also. After long years, I never used to play. That was 2 years back. I don't do physical innings. You don't see me go walking, nothing. I just sit. And I went there. Oh, this side never played. So let me try. And I started playing. That video also will be there. And life is a big game, right? The biggest game is life. Somebody is a referee. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, aside from basic necessities, what one thing would you not go with?
I didn't get.
Aside from necessities, what is the one thing what one thing would you not go without?
What is your question?
Sir, Aside from necessities, basic necessities,
Basic necessity is what? Give me example.
water, food.
Yeah, watch is a necessity? No. Not a must, right? Everybody does. I have, but I did not wear. I'm skeptical. It's not a must.
But one thing you cannot live without or go without.
I don't know. What is that? Actually, nothing is required. See, there is a Maslow's principle. Correct? It says basically what we need is, tell me what? Dress is also not required. Shelter is also not required. Food only. Water, food, air. Life sustenance is that only. Okay, once upon a time people never had a dress. If everybody is not wearing, all animals are not wearing, right? Shelter is also not required. When we go to Himalayas and all, when we go to Kailash, we make a small shelter, that's it. Actually, that's also not required. There are a lot of people without shelter. I ran away from my house when I was in 7th class. And I stayed on top of a tree 2 days. That was cashew nut. And that was full of fruits. Good enough. Water is there, food is also there inside. My brother scolded me. I wanted to see that now what he will suffer. The whole village started scolding him. So I was enjoying hearing all that. But then I came back to my house because I want to pacify my mother. I want to see how mother is. She was very quiet, all right. He will survive anywhere, doesn't matter. So to hear that, I came back to my house from top, not the present house. Earlier, roof was not there. So we had the tile. I climbed on the tree, jumped to the roof, removed the. I'm like a monkey. I can climb anywhere. Got inside the house and then heard my mother is all right. Again went back to the I was hearing every relatives were scolding. Why did you scold him? I was a pet of the village. So nobody used to scold me. I'll tell you, if I want to nail somewhere, I want a hammer. Hammer is not seen. I'll just run and see the goldsmith must be doing something with his hammer. I will snatch it and then run. That's how I did. I learned driving when I was in maybe a 6th class. Maybe not of this size. Very small. Hardly I can stand and then apply the clutch. That's it. And I have to stand to see the steering. So nothing can be seen. I can see only top. So my ours is a up and down. Not like now when you come it will not be there. Earlier it was up and down. The road was not tarred. So nothing can go fast. Because road is not very smooth. No. So somebody will be stopping the vehicle. Jeep only. We don't have car. Traditional Jeep. Jeep, one advantage is nobody can lock it full. Anybody can get in, right? It is not with hard door. Fine. So, and you don't have to switch on the engine to run. Clutch, change the gear to neutral, it will start running. Either it will go down or it will go back down. Because all uphill and down, right? So if it is not, I will push until either whichever is closer, whether back or front. So I will go, push, go there. The vehicle will go and stop somewhere else. So by the time somebody stopped the vehicle, when he come back, vehicle is not there, he will say, yeah, Shashi must have taken it somewhere. So don't see. See there, it will be there like that. So I learned driving like that. Right. So thrilling. Life was really thrilling. So what is necessary? You can stay anywhere. But I have drank sufficient water from the river, flowing river. When we go to my place where we have a village, we have got agriculture. We don't carry bottled water now. Just drink it. The water will be falling from the caves. It's a beautiful mountainous. Nadu will change a lot, but little inside there is a place called Vallad. Vallad is a Western Ghats, full of Western Ghats. Even we have in our village a well which is not dug like this, it is dug parallel. When you dig parallel, From there you will see water coming. They put a pipe there. You don't have to fetch the water. The water will come straight. So there is a parallel. When if you come to Naduvil, I will show you. It's close to Karnagarattan's house. Little inside. So water, shelter is cave. Most of the Himalayan people want shelter. The cave is the. I've went into caves also in Himalaya. There was somebody from Pathanamthitta, one small district in Kerala, who is living in a cave for last 54 years. He has never gone out of the cave. The river is nearby, cave is inside, that's it. What he wants, nothing. If you don't eat also, no problem. Water is good.
One more question. If you ever had a chance to time travel, imagine, if you ever had a chance to time travel, which year would you go to?
I don't know whether it is time travel. She also asked the same question. Time travel, right?
And I asked about the other one, deja vu, dream, about dream. I think it would be Asha Devi. She might.
See, these are all like, what do we call it? It's like a myth or a poetical concept.
Yeah, please.
Correct?
Similarly,
So, see, for example, when I am sitting sometime alone, I stay alone most of the time in my home or maybe. When I stay, I can make my. Generally, I want to go there. Our manas goes there first, then the body goes. We follow our mind, correct? But I can make my body to travel first, and the mind will not go. I may be going somewhere, but I am not there at all. It also can be called as samadhi. Okay, you are not conscious about what you are doing. Unconsciously you do things. Are you getting what I am saying? Presence of mind is low. You don't know where are you. You are lost. So what is that you are lost means? Your tag is lost in the time. Correct?
Sir, which is your favorite book?
Louder.
Which is your favorite book?
Now this is my favorite book. Just now I got. She gifted that. Tagore I loved. Lot of beautiful. There is a beautiful poem, Postmaster. You heard this?
Yeah.
There are so many great poems. I studied in Tagore school for some time. Or maybe my best book is now Facebook. Otherwise, my best book used to be a plain notebook. Plain notebook, I can write anything, right? I can create my own creativity. So, which is my favorite book? That's why I asked all of you to have paper and pen, book and pen, something I keep saying. She knows the first thing what will be given is a book and a pen. Food and all is later. I don't care. Keep writing, that's it. Whatever happens, keep writing. I'm sure you must not have written Putra Raman Menon. You have not written Vellam. No. What will happen otherwise? He told somebody's name. What is that name? Forget it. You should fill the book. There used to be people who used to get 2-3 books also, right? Notebooks were plenty. And I make a cover of my camp, Nanam camp, with my house. So it will be there. I'm sure many people would have kept it very safe. Because so much of knowledge, 10 days, I don't know. Whatever you must have learned in years will come in 10 days. Yeah. I love my books, what I write. Life of Love, Rhythm of Life, Life Made Simple. They're all genuine books. There are very famous books. I don't read generally the most famous blah 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 blah. See, what happens is, the other day I was talking to, we have a book reading community is there. Online, which is run by Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Chennai, lot of great writers, academicians, all of them are there. Publishers, all of them are there. I remember last time when I had, many people quote Paulo Coelho. On what? Alchemist. And then what? The quote will be, what you think that you can get along. I said immediately, that is not Apollo Coelho, it is from Vivekananda. They have not read Vivekananda, they only read Apollo Coelho. I remember one of my friend in one of the radio, he said, Kalam told like this in some talk. Immediately I sent a message to him saying, it's not Kalam, it's Vivekananda. Kalam re-quoted it. Don't give credit to somebody who has not, because you don't read, no? Correct? So I read Vivekananda, I read Mahatma Gandhi, I read Gandhi, I read from the original I read. There are beautiful, great books, interpretations on many of the scriptures of the great scriptures of India. I love to read. I am not a very time pass reader. I do seriously. Nowadays, very less. I'll only Google and find some essence from here and there. And movie capturing lot of my time. I think my pastime earlier in the aircraft or train was book reading. Now in the aircraft it's only movies. I downloaded many movies and then keep it there. All the new movies I will see. Kannada, what is the latest movie, do you know? Kannada, latest movie. Mugdide, nodidane. I'll see Kannada movie because I don't want to lose my language. I don't communicate in Kannada, right? How am I speaking to you so fluently? That is because I keep seeing movies. Very recently, the old movie, The Premaloka, I saw again. Seeing that again was a beautiful experience. And Punit Rajkumar's the first few movies. Rajkumar's son was the early time. Punit Rajkumar had a beautiful recent movie on a schoolmaster or something. Yeah, it is there. As a philanthropist or helping people, as a helping a boy or something. Which is that movie? Latest, na?
Latest is separate movie. 2017.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing his. And Punit is there as a Malayalam movie also. He is there. Malayalam movie, there is a movie in which one boy who is in a social care center. You know what social care center?
Orphanage.
No, not orphanage. The young kids who are in prison. What's it called? The juvenile name is rechanged now.
Okay.
There is no juvenile jail now. That is called a social care center. Okay. Earlier it was called a juvenile. That's why I wanted that you to come back to say that. No, that not that. It's called a social care center. And there was one boy who was preparing for a quiz competition. That's Malayalam. Because the last person who is coming there is Mohanlal.
Yes.
Guttaitha?
Kannada movie
Malayalam also is there. Malayalam also is there. You remember? Yeah. And that boy, Mohanlal thought it is this boy who killed that his son, and then he wanted to take a revenge. So in that Punit is the quizmaster, and that boy's dream was to meet him. So he was performing most of the answers he was saying wrong. So he asked, why are you saying wrong? So that I can stay 3 more days. Correct? If you become the winner, the first day itself you will be out. You got prize or don't get prize. If you are a loser, then 3 days I can meet you. Therefore I am staying. Maitri. Yeah, Maitri. A beautiful book. I loved it. I follow most of your actors also. See, your language, religion, region, caste, creed, party, wherever you belong to, when you know more, assume that I am in Congress, I don't know any congressman. I cannot be a congressman, right? So I am a physicist means, what should I know? I must know a lot of physics people. Suppose he says robotics is his interest, or neuroscience is her interest, whatever is that. First thing, identify who are the great scientists in that area, study about them. You are in film, you don't know anybody. in film. You don't know Rajinikanth. You love film in India. What does it mean? I love music, but I don't know anybody who is a singer. You cannot be, right? So you love robotics, I will ask you. That's how we generally ask. How many people you know who is robotics experts? Which are the different labs? Got it? So identify, get. So if you know many people, that means you have studied it. Right.
Excuse me, sir. How are you this active on social media and how are like most of the old people they don't want to learn about social media and using technology. But how are you this informed?
I don't have a gun with me. Otherwise I would have shot at you. Why are you calling me as an old man? It's my girlfriend. Do you know? You think that I am an old man?
No.
They all take me as their age only. They are all my classmates. We all studied together. Only thing I could not be in LSC because that was a girls' college, women's college. Otherwise I would have gone there also. Don't take me as an old man. You guess what's my age? Hey, when you say old man, you should know my age, yeah? Guess only, I said. Don't know. Huh? Another 8 years, I will be 64. 58. You don't know maths also. Ask her, she will tell you maths. If I take a good bath, all this will become black. I only put white color so that some respect to this fellow will not scold me back. I am the youngest in my family. So am I old or my all brothers will agree that I am, my brother will call me Mone only. So I am a young boy. Yeah, actually learning technology is very simple. I am very good in learning technology. You give me any gadget, you ask me to learn any software, ting, 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 I'll learn. You give me any subject, I'll learn. It's a trick, that's it. It's not very difficult. I do carpentry, I do electric wiring, I do repairing of most of the items. Any electronics, see what I keep saying is, why you don't switch it on? You want in the school, there will be some person designated for doing this, right? I will not. If I am the director, I will switch on first. Maximum what will happen? It will get spoiled, right? Let it get spoiled, what's my problem? Understood? Nothing is going to happen, na? Experiment. Have that courage. I used to experiment on anything. Especially if it is somebody's item, I don't care. I am very daring. How does it work? That's why I became a cook also. Today morning, I don't know. I said I can also make a dosha. She had a doubt. She said, then make it. Immediately I made a dosha there. Will you make it? You will only eat, no? You will not go inside. How many times I must have gone inside and said that the sabji is good? Correct? Upma was making, I went inside and said, what is it? We asked. I helped her also making dosha. Yesterday, washing plates, I said how to wash. This is how I wash. I have shown. This is how I wash. All these kids will learn. So many things. Washing plates. Everything is taught systematically. The first day. And that, it is not Campbell just for learning. Everything. We don't serve. We have to serve ourselves. What it is to be kept plate. We also make, you can see in a hostel, in a Cochin University hostel, I was the hostel secretary. I had, something was not very neat. So I told the cook, get up. You can imagine a hostel, 200 people. I fed all of them. I made dosha for all of them. I did not go to university that time. I cooked for all of them. What a big job. So, what you should do is fill up all the time. See, morning also all of you are sitting. What I was doing? I was editing yesterday. That's over. Editing is over. I kept it there for going breakfast. The first processing is over. Correct? Now, when I get a small 10 minutes, I will add some annotation. Processing it will be kept. 2 hours it will go. By the time I will do something else. You can see how plucking mango, DrTPS. Without falling on the ground, with a bottle, I made a cut, made a normal pipe, connected it, every fruits in my garden where I am staying now, I will pluck it without human touch. It will not fall on the ground. It goes to the bottle, I will keep it on this. Because even amla, nellika, once it falls, you keep it there, next day it will get fungus. Correct? So what do I do? Without hurting, without damaging, I can keep it for 1 week if I pluck it very carefully. So I make my own gadget for that. It cannot, purchase is possible, but I do myself. Be active. Actually, we need sleep maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, 7 hours. Depends on how tired you are, how much tax do you want that day. With all that, it matters. Okay? Namaste. Pare. Paryu. Nothing is coming. BSN is. She is from BSN. See, only one katta is there. That's it.
Told you to keep this Uganda. Kerala is something I have. Canada, I don't know what it is.
But still, I love.
Yeah, that's it.
So I am not told. Okay.
Yep.
You want to try my strength?
How can you compare?
Here it started now only, the whole camp. Ask her what time we start in our Kerala.
8:39.
Got it? It goes up to what time? Until all the last person wanted to stop, go away from me, I will be away. Can be as pare. Mansley, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Tell me. Fine, I'm in a camp here in Bangalore. Tell me. Okay. I have forwarded to few people. Okay. Yeah, I forwarded to few people. I will be there on 6th. We can see. Yeah. Okay, sure. Right. Bye. Yeah.
Next question. How can you communicate this easily with everyone?
I am too informal. If I make a mistake also, I have no problem. Courage. To communicate what you need is courage. Oh, I make mistakes. Okay, let me make mistakes. What's the problem? Got it? When I was up to 10th, I was only Malayalam medium. I am from a small village where zero communication. Plus 1, plus 2, I am a failure. But then graduation, I decided I am going to learn English. First thing what I did is I was in SN College, Kannur. I was working for Kerala Students Union, KSU. Hindi, yeah, this is BA Hindi. I was first year BSc student, BA Hindi. I'll go there on the stage and speak in Hindi only. Go to English BA, I'll speak in English. Correct. I know if I listen back, hundreds of mistakes may be there. But doesn't matter. I am speaking to you Kannada, I know there can be mistakes, but how does it matter? I conveyed the meaning. Language is only for that, right? To convey the meaning. So I may make mistakes. If I have a fear of mistakes, I will not talk in Kannada. Many people don't learn because they have a fear. What will happen? You don't understand no problem. And one of my professor who was a mathematician who taught me dynamics actually, who is from Tamil Nadu. His English was fabulous. Ramanujam. He comes in cycle, a senior professor, Cochin University. Very young by look. He must be around 17. He was one of my...
You are 100 PhD in QZ.
Yeah, I did in KUSAT, 84, 86. 84, 86. So he used to tell, if you don't know music, speak about music. Somebody who knows music will hear you. And they will come and tell you, this is not music. Then ask them, what is music? Then you learn music. Understood? Got it? I have to communicate. If you don't communicate, nobody is going to improve in the communication. We had a great American president who had a lot of stammering. Who was that?
Joe Biden.
No, earlier.
Before that, Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln is a great speaker, but there is a beautiful movie on him. You ask encyclopedia. She asked a lot of questions. I love her because recently also somebody asked, who is your favorite? I said, I have got very few favorite in India. And ATHIRA is one. She will just put some question and I answer. Use my other number 950. This I may see little late. So if my answer is late, that is because BSNL gives me cooling time. Yeah. Come on.
We were talking about multitasking yesterday. Like you told, like I was able to complete editing a video while talking to us. Like, can we also do that?
All of you can do that. All of you are doing it also. Say, I'll tell you, your mother is making dosha. Okay? Don't she scold you by parallel? Is it not a great multitasking? Okay? And by the time she will be seeing the TV also sometime. Correct? And she will also understand what maybe somebody else requires. The servant maid has come, she requires it. All that is happening parallel. Dosha will be put there, item is given there, tea scolding is happening. Everybody can do that. But while studying, you think, my son, both my sons, I encourage them. See TV, read. It's a multitasking. Many of your parents would have told, don't see because I cannot do, that doesn't mean you cannot do it, right? And if you cannot do it, you practice, you will get it. So I keep saying, my son keeps earphone, he loves music. So some Malayalam song will be going. He will be eating chips. Parallelly, he will be answering some questions to somebody else, WhatsApp. There will be a computer in which he will be doing some writing. TV will be on. And don't do all this will be the scolding by mother. That also, ma, I will not do it. Everything will go parallel. See how much multitasking. Correct. All of you are doing and you can do it also. Not to love. I have got a lot of students who do a lot. I'll tell you, yesterday as soon as Chaya ma'am went, today morning I asked Anu, because through her only I got connected to Chaya ma'am, that's why she is here. What did she say? Because yesterday when I asked Chaya ma'am, she was telling, no, I did not communicate with her for long, no contacts and all. I'm sure yesterday they would have had a dialogue. So immediately Anu was taking the paper and reading number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 feedbacks about this program. It is not hearing. It's a casual conversation. But what she did, she knows definitely I will ask, I have to give an answer. So in the pad, it is written. And above that, it will be an office job written. Below that, it will be an office job written. But in between, the conversation is also written. And that will be there until I die, until she dies. That's my guarantee. But what do you do? I'm sure I have seen a lot of people as soon as the program is over through it. These are all memories you will cherish after some time. Write. That's why I said the best student is one who keeps writing, recording. I don't have to. I record. And I re-listen to that. morning when she was coming, I was hearing what, yesterday's. How many times? When you want to edit something, how many times you have to listen to that? Editing is a big job. So I have to keep on looking at it. So don't miss recording. I was telling you that. Why I told 2-3 times you have interest in film. One person who has got little interest in film will never skip a recording. Editing is anyway possible, you can cut it off. But that you cannot record next, the chance is lost. So never miss a chance of, don't think that it's not at all expensive. Today, earlier it was expensive. Still people used to have many cameras. In a film making, it's not one camera, many cameras. Today, 2-3 times also they will not ask. Got it? I remember the other day when I was in a short film, I am putting the zip and then getting ready to go for a ride on a bike. So that was to be shooted. They shooted. And immediately I always carry my GoPro, I said, I'll give a better idea. They're all young children who are all learning. I said, how? I said, get my GoPro. I put it inside my zip and then zipped it. New idea. See, outside you will see I am putting, right? I said, cut it there, then put this. Got it? So you should have many cameras. Parallel. You can see all that. What I did in my movie can be seen. The shooting whole process is recorded. Including I am driving and going to the venue is also recorded. I keep my recorder all the time. So keep practicing. Do it.
So how do you go for relax?
Only sleep. Actually, cinema is a good relaxing. Listen to music, relax. Write poem, relax. Read some books, relax. Travel also, sometimes, journey is a relaxing. When you are in aircraft, what do you do? Relax.
Sir, if your life was ever made into a movie, who would you like to play?
Actually, I have got Padmarajan's assistant director came to me and he wrote my biography, learning from some people. It happened in 2010. He came and met me. His assistant. He is in Thrissur. We met in Lalitha Kala Academy, Sahitya Academy. He described some story. He said it is reflecting somewhere. It's your own story. So he was writing my story. He said, I have a story, we want you to act. Like that only he came to me. The story was written, somewhere in between only he was started reading. Thought, it's me. So there was somebody who was ready to make movie about me.
What is something you regret doing?
With which?
What is something you regret doing?
Regret doing? I don't think.
Or what is something you regret now which you have done in the past?
I don't think. I don't have time to think about it. See, if you want to think me and then I must have scolded many people. That's a normal thing which I do. Oh, I should not have. But then I think, there was a purpose and it served the purpose. Correct? I'll tell you, running a camp in Kerala is not a joke. It's a place of lot of political situations. She knows how cruel I used to be sometimes. There was some Marxist fellow one day called me and said, if you have courage, come back again in Naduvil. We'll kill you. I said, I am here only, Naduvil only now. You are calling me, I am here. Come, welcome. Understood? So, lot of threats and all will come sometime. Who cares? But I regretted conducting camps also once. I lost my lot of money. Somebody has stolen my money. Somebody has stolen my pens. Lot of precious things which I consider everything one of the participants has stolen and went. Why do people do this? And I don't mind. I went with that wallet up to little far Srikandapuram to buy something, to pay money. Nothing is there. Then I realized what happened. My house is open. Everybody can get into any. I don't even lock anything. Everything was. But then somebody got a message. Yes, they should not have done this. It came back. Most of the things except money, everything came back. They must have had something bad in their life after that. Understood. Hyderabad. They are in Hyderabad, but not dare enough to show their face after that. So sometimes you feel, okay. Sometimes traveling you feel, I should not have traveled all this. Why do I do it? It doesn't worth. All that happens. But then immediately something else happens. No. So that it's a short time. It's in Bhagavad Gita, it says, Dukheshu anudiknamana sukheshu vigata spruha vita raga bhaya krodha sthidadir munirichyati. It is not that all these vita, raga, bhaya, krodha should not be there. All these are there. But what should do you? Tim. Goes up, tim. Make it down again. Make it balanced. Not that it is not there. Make it not high frequency. Don't fluctuate it too much. Make it too much. It happens. Happiness is also like that.
What gets you excited about life?
What is the time? Life, birth itself. I have got a beautiful poem. My Life of Love poem, the first one is the one which is a myth for 3 Idiots movie. Amir Khan's professor was my friend. So he took my book and then read it in the class where Amir Khan was sitting. That is the myth. There are many things in a movie, but one of that main dialogue is that millions of sperm from the father get into the mother's egg and only one sperm take birth. How many sperms don't take birth? Millions. Who are they? My unborn brothers and sisters. So I fought for my life. How? I ran faster than my unborn brothers and sisters. Is it not our life is great? Lift your hand. All of you. Take it back and say well done. Understood? We are all successful by birth itself. Is it not a great thing? And all my organs are working. Is it not great? You know, by birth, if we were not blind, by birth, by birth all of us are blind. Learn this. Because we are coming from a cave which is no light. And after delivery, immediately the whole light is seen, the bulb will be fused. Eyes will not work. We are all seeing because by birth we were blind. Those blind people are those people, by birth they were having good eyesight. By birth our ears were not working. It takes few days. After some time only every sensory organ starts working. Therefore, if something doesn't work, nothing can be done. Go on. So we are all lucky that everything is working. Leg is working, hand is working. Correct? What a great life is this. So we are all blessed. So I always keep thinking that I'm able to learn. I'm able to talk. I have a brother. He is no more. I had a brother. My eldest brother who was deaf and dumb. So I know how to speak to deaf and dumb people also. How difficult it is for that person. Understood? I know a lot of people who are blind. One of my my son's friend, he was in Christ College only. Brilliant student. For Tata School of Social Sciences entrance exam, he was the top in general category. Totally blind. So I asked him, he came for Onam along with my son during one of the Onam. So I asked him, he's from Alua. So I asked him, if you are not blind, do you think you would have studied mathematics? Because generally we say, no, science, experiments, all that cannot be done by blind. Then he said, uncle, ask me difficult maths, I will tell you, I don't even have to write. I am good at maths. See the courage of a boy who says, you ask me maths. Up to 12th, all the maths, I know even now. So don't think I have taken social science because I am bad in maths. And he has filed nearly 150 cases against many of the aircrafts and public. Lot of cases he will file. Because there is a rule saying, no, the blind people get some concession, some support from the aircraft. If that is not given, it's not that he cannot do it. He will demand that, he will get it, after that he will file a case. Very active in getting the rights. Very, very brilliant. So brilliant. Otherwise you don't have to come from Bombay to Hyderabad for an Onam, right? With all these eyes open also, when we want to travel, we ask a lot of questions. Why the trouble? Why should I travel? With all the deficiency also, he keeps traveling. He went to America. I think he must have come back. Yeah, he came back. He goes abroad. I remember when I was in university, Calicut University, one boy came to meet me. He said some new director came. He is only a master's student, MA. Hardly we see some MA student coming and meeting a director in a university. We thought some new director came, so I thought I will see you. He is blind. So I was internally thinking he wanted to see me and he is coming. You know, he is a blind man, he cannot see me. Correct? He came. And then I asked, what is your passion? See, I love reading books, but in library there is no braille books. All books are not braille, no. So I am not able to read. And I said, but at least a few books are there. No, but I finished, he's only first year. I finished 50 books by now. No books, but how did you finish? I get all the books what I wanted to read. I will sit in the veranda of my hostel. Whoever is going, please read this page for me. Can you imagine somebody doing it? Correct? So they don't have patience, they will read only 2 pages and then go. And still I will wait. Next footstep, brother please, because he's in a boy's house. No, brother please read this for me. Can you imagine somebody who is craving for reading and he is not able to read. With all these mota eyes. Don't you feel bad? See, I've seen so many such people better. I've seen so many such people in life. Then I will feel, is it not a great life where I am able to do many things? If I am not doing, I am doing a big crime. Got it? That's it.
Go to farming.
Farming. Look at DrTPS farming. You look at my hand. Very, very hard working field I work. When Manorama newspaper fellow came, coconut tree. I was on top of the coconut tree. So they clicked and put in the full page coverage my picture. I climbed. That's a regular job for us. In my childhood, you can see Arakanat to DrTPS. Look at DrTPS Arakanat. Arakanat tree I climbed. From one Arakanat tree I will climb to the jump to the other onto the top of the tree. Why? Ippudu means what? I am here. I do it. See, when my kids were young, I was telling, no, we used to do this. No, you are lying. I said, I'll just do it. I just did it for my kids. You can see my kids nange, without any trouble, because they were almost going for bath. That time only I climbed and then jumped there. Anyway, there was, but that tree was full of half gone. So you must be very careful. Otherwise it could break. It's not very strong. I climbed. Coconut tree are very common. Even now I do. Any big tree, no problem. I am a good farmer. I am a son of a farmer, beta. My father was a farmer. We have paddy field of 6 acres. So in my childhood we have to go and work. Without that, annam will not come. And being the son of a farmer, the best thing what I learned is don't waste a single bit of rice. Because my mother used to tell, to get that dosha, one piece you are throwing means, you know the chain of activity which happens for the dosha piece to come to your plate. Understood? Not that grandma is making. For grandma to make, somebody has to grind. For grinding, somebody has to sell. Selling, somebody has to produce. It's a big task. So I admire all of them. Even in a 5-star hotel, when I go for eating, I will only take as much quantity I want. And if extra is served, I'll ask them to take back. I will never throw food. Because I know the value of that food. Understand, when you eat a plate meals, if it is costing 10 rupees, the worth is not 10 rupees. Understood the difference, no? The price is 10 rupees, but the cost is not 10 rupees. The price is 10 rupees meals, but the cost is the land cost, the water cost. Because paddy and all require a lot of water, right? Understood? And assume there is a great lesson for all of you. There is a beautiful series called Cowspiracy. COW. Conspiracy, you know. Cowspiracy. Seaspiracy. Only one same, I don't remember the person who made it. The same person did these two series. Cowspiracy and Seaspiracy. Cowspiracy is about, do you think that a cow, if I am eating 1 kg meat, okay, to produce that 1 kg meat, assume that's a buffalo. How much water it would have drank? Understood? So 1 kg meat you are growing in any farm, poultry farm or maybe whatever farm you are thinking for producing a meat or an egg. Don't think that the cost is only this. Count the cost of all that ingredients goes. So all non-vegetarian people are mostly non-environmental. Are you getting? Especially fish. You know what fish eats? Assume that you have fallen somewhere and you have a big cut and pus comes out of it. You put your leg inside water. The fish will come and clean that. So what is that fish eating? The pus. And what are you eating? That fish. Understood? The dirtiest thing which is totally spoiled item only in the sea, these fish will eat. So imagine a farmer is one who works with the field, produces fresh items. So I am not talking about fish farming. Farming is also fish farming, right? I am a agriculture farmist. And still I love to do that. I am staying in a quarters now. Banana tree was not growing because the mud is not good. So I made a big pit of 1.5 feet. Filled it with full of leaves. It's all new for all the people. The director's husband is doing lot of farming. Correct. The contractor doesn't know all this doing. Otherwise, they will just collect all this and throw. I said, great value for this. Put this in the all the time. Even now. During COVID, one of my favorite activity was going to farms. I bought a Ford Endeavour, the heavy hectic vehicle. We used to drive 150 kilometers, go to farm. Lot of friends are there. First I did a lot of seminar, webinar, got lot of farm owners as my friends. Then took appointment from each one of them. Month-wise I go to different farms. I can get all the best products, stay there, they will feed me well. They'll all think that no, a scientist is coming. Went to 2-3 farms, then the other fellow, I give a lot of suggestions. So other fellow said, DrTPS came and we had this problem, pig was coming and eating. Now he says put this fencing not straight like this, plant it like this, the fig will not come and it's very effective. So next people will call, when are you coming to our farm? We have some problem. I'll go. So I am a consultant for farm. Hyderabad. DrTPS. When somebody asked me, when I wrote my first book, Life Made Simple, that's a book which I produced by questions and answers on Orkut. Orkut, you must not have heard. Search. Orkut is like an old Facebook. Grandpapa of Facebook is called Orkut. By the time you must not have taken birth. I started using the social media. Okay. So those days when I go for lectures, many people will ask question. I'll tell them I am on Orkut, you can ask me question. So many people used to ask question, I used to answer. All of them I made into a book. The first person probably to make a book out of social media. Can you think you can make a book out of your WhatsApp conversation? I can make, because she asked a lot of questions. I answer, if I put everything, it becomes a book actually. I do so wealthy items now. I did same thing long back, that's a book. After that, there was a beautiful activity happened. From Jaipur, one person kept on calling. He didn't reveal that he is from Jaipur. But then I am from an intelligence department. So I found, who is this doing? Because when they ask, we want more information, I want to call you back. So many times they does, we don't answer because that time I was in the intelligence department. So I asked, they found it's from so-and-so person, so-and-so person. He had a website called Orkut Heroes. Orkut Heroes. Who is using Orkut for a different purpose? So I was identified as one of the Orkut heroes. He asked me a similar question. Who is your role model? Who? That time I said Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore, so many. Later I thought I am a mix of many of these together. So my role model is, you go to some politician's house, they will keep their own big picture. Correct? So you come to my Hyderabad house, you can see my big pictures there. You come to my Nadavil house, you can see a lot of my pictures, which are all drawn by somebody, some cartoonist to draw. I told you, Monica, some cartoonist. You also draw a big picture in the new. That's there in Nadavil. Want to go or peaceful after lunch?
Lunch? No, don't know food, but I could wait.
No, we must find out whether some vehicle is there, otherwise we don't get it.
Yeah.
That's another picture.
Yeah.
What was your experience when you were first?
Louder.
What was your experience when you were first telecast television?
The first telecast was along with my guru. So he only took me to Asianet and then. No, before that I went to Guruvayur temple to meet somebody who was a mural painting expert. I went there, I met him. So he introduced me to another gemologist. Do you know what's gemology? You know astrology. Astrologers will give you stones. Actually, they are not experts of stone. Experts of gem is called the gemologist. So who can prescribe? See, MBBS can refer the case to pathologist. Pathologist has to do the investigation. After that, MBBS will tell, go to this person for a specific surgeon or MD, right? Correct? Astrologer is supposed to refer to gemologist. But I knew one gemologist. So I was behind him to learn gemology. I learned astrology before that. So I was behind him to learn gemology. And gemologist was really thrilled. And he had a friend who is from Asian Division that time. And he called and then said, interview this man. So instantaneously interview was made in his gemology lab. That was my first TV interview, which telecasted only locally in Guruvayur. I don't have a copy of that. So I really forgot. When you asked only, I have to correct. Otherwise, until now, probably I must have told only my guru took me to Asian. So a real TV, that was Asian, where my guru took me there. He was highly influential. If he want to write in paper, he will say, come here. The reporter will come to his house. So he called many reporters and I met him. So many things happened around him. So he is the one who introduced me. Brahmasri KPC Anujan Bhattadaripada. Brahmasri. That's a title. KPC. Padinyare. Some name. Kerakeppurathu Padinyare Cheriya Anujan Bhattadaripada. Something like that. KPC. That's it. His brother is one of the greatest Akshara Sloka Vidagdhan of Kerala. KPC. He is also called KPC. He is Anujan, that is Atan. Anujan Bhattadaripada, Atan Bhattadaripada. Like Chatta and Chatta. So many. After that, I think plenty. When I went to Visakhapatnam for a Onam program, somebody was behind me. He wanted to interview me. He was from one of the Malayalam. Madhurabhumi is one of the leading newspaper. So they have put a story about me. Dubai they did. Times of India I came. Hindu I came. I don't think any papers I left. Deccan Chronicle also I came. Deccan Herald I came. In the press there will be plenty. Many of the TVs. NTV of Dubai. What else? Discovery is one of the best, right? More than Discovery, what will be? I came on Discovery Channel. It was covered. Doordarshan many times. When Chandrayaan went, I was speaking for ISRO from Delhi, asking a lot of questions from the country people will ask. I was answering all those questions in Delhi, All India Radio. वो हिंदी में बात करना पड़ता है. आपको हम पूरा पैसा बर्बाद कर रहा है, हम इधर भूखा मार रहा है, आप क्यों चांद में पूरा फेंक रहा है ऐसे पैसे. So I had to convince them. I'm going national, no? I should not make a mistake. I'm representing an organization. I was part of ISRO, but I was on Prime Minister's office. So I was not actually doing anything. But I was asked to go there and then speak. They know I can do blah blah blah.
So what made you write Life of Rhythm?
That was Anusha inspired me. Otherwise, I write a lot of poems. Recently also, I changed this mobile. All the notes were being sent. And I found a lot of poems are there, which I have never told to anybody, never sent it to anybody. So many poems will be there. See, what I do is while traveling, if I see something, no, immediately I'll write. So my notes, if you look at it, there will be a lot of poems here.
Ukraine, Russia.
Eh?
Ukraine, Russia.
Yeah, so many. Ukraine, Russia, war, I wrote a poem. My travel to London, I wrote a poem. Travel to Fiji, I wrote a poem. Fiji, when we go, that's a beautiful poem. I put a lot of geography, history, everything added to that. Anybody can search where is the Fiji airport? Fiji airport. Fiji is the country name. There is only one airport, it's a small island.
Nadi International Airport.
Nadi. What is it?
Nadi.
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 Understood? In my poetry, I renamed it. Nandi. So you have to go to Shiva. First you have to cross Nandi. So the airport where I landed is Nandi. and Nandi became Nadi later. Understood? So, do a lot of research on names, understand the history, geography, add it to poetry. If you are interested little bit in literature, not interested, you want to get some interest in life, read those. It will be a revealing experience for you. In our camps, people read most of my poems. See, this and all, I don't think I have published in it. When one says or asks, a bus station is where a bus stops, a train station is where train stops, a workstation you can call smart, but not gentle. Smart are around, it's reflecting. Take pen and write, draw very well, act smart, study well, walk smart. Keep on writing. Here comes the Vivekananda's famous dialogue. In your country, Tyler, and in our country, the culture makes a gentleman. The gentle and smart. You know the dialogue? When somebody is not looking good, who can make you look good? A tailor, right? Or maybe a lot of cosmetics. So somebody was going around Vivekananda when he was walking. He's a different man because his dressing is entirely different, right? Can you imagine such a man in America on the street? Those days Swamijis were not very famous. Today we don't feel because many Swamijis are there and they are all famous. Those days many people must not have seen that costume. He said, hey, look this man, yeah, those days hippies were there. He said, look this man, look differently. He must be from some village, right? Otherwise, city they wear coat, suit and all that. So they pulled his turban. He turned back and asked, why gentlemen, why are you pulling my turban? This man can speak, assume that a beggar speaks a beautiful English to you, how do you feel? Correct? So those people, this man speaks great English, yeah? He doesn't look like a cultured man. So immediately he answered, in your land, Tyler makes a gentleman. In our land, culture makes a gentleman. That was his response. That's a quote from Vivekananda. A permanent marker asks some question. He is marking it permanent. You are not written? Then read louder.
How to make your weak subject more interesting?
Which is your weak subject? What is the spelling of weak? Correct or wrong?
W-E-A-K.
Okay, what is the other weak? Which is your weak subject?
Sanskrit.
Okay, suppose there is some dirt here, it's not getting clean. What do you do? Clean it with another liquid, doesn't dry, another soap. Correct? So different methods. What are you doing? Different methods. I want to clean it. Use water, it's not going. Use vim, it's not going. Use surf, it is not going. So different methods. Read from different angle, look at different angle, or ask somebody who already knows how to clean this. Then they will tell all this doesn't work. This is paint. You need thinner. All the soap will not work, right? So most of your teachers are using detergent only to clean. Unfortunately, this is paint. Understood? Assume who is the best actor. Whom do you like? Your brother? Huh? Tell me some name. Some actor, actress Actress, you don't like actor, some actress. Mohanlal actress alla. Actor. Suppose Mohanlal is teaching you biology. How do you sit in the class? With full interest, no? Correct? Yeah, your teachers are not that beautiful, that handsome. They are not acting well. So the dialogue becomes very bad. That is the problem. So you need smart people so that it becomes smart. Any subject for any one of you, any chapter, any concept you don't understand, 944 74 37 948. Guarantee that I will make you to love that subject. Okay, a lot of people, they don't love that, I will make them. Yeah, she is here. Tell something.
I'm having a question on schizophrenia.
Yeah, what is that?
It's a kind of mental disorder in which people may think that somebody is following them. Somebody is like and hijacked their mind. Somebody is controlling their mind. And many intelligent people got caught up in this, and so that they are not able to work properly. So I have got one of my professor in this, and he's not coming to college for 1 year. So would like to know about it.
See, what happens is Parakaya Pravesham. There is a concept in Bharatiya Shastra. Okay, Shankaracharya was great in this. Fine. Suppose I want to experience something in my life. I wanted to know how to fly a aircraft. I cannot be a pilot, but I can get into his heart and see that I fly. Correct? But do you think I can remove his heart and move? Heart means not the physical heart, the feelings, the experiential heart. Okay? But if he is very strong, I cannot do it. Suppose somebody is very weak and I can influence him and I can get into him. Partially also, not fully. You will be in two places. You are physically here, alive, you did not die. But we can also influence. There are so many such situations available. Some people are very weak. Every time it doesn't happen. But sometimes it happens. And that happens because you are open, you are weak. Many reasons can be there. Hypnotism also works like that. We will make people to think like somebody else. Understand your old stories will come back to you. So the mind is controllable by an exterior. Okay. So that happens to some people at some point of time. The reasons could be environment. The magnet works very good in one place. Some other place magnet doesn't work. The earth gravity works in some place it doesn't work. You have to change into zero gravity. Gravity is not there, right? So change the environment. Change the situation. Change people around. All these are part of its treatment. That's how it has to come out. No other way.
He's been taking medicine for some 14 years.
See, what happens is when you go to psychologists, they are making money out of such people. Assume that your mind is not able to control. You take one alcohol. Correct? Assume somebody is scolding and he is a drunkard. Very easy to stop his scolding. Show him. Have you seen this? In every movie also you will see, right? Correct? That is what is doing. You are changing his biochemistry. Temporarily, up to some time, your biochemistry will change. But automatically he will come back. What do? Give next dose. So once you start this medicine, your biochemistry keep on polluting actually. So pharmacy and treatments are not the real solution. It's like an alcohol addiction. That's why I keep saying somebody gives lecture, give him alcohol, he will keep quiet. Somebody is keeping quiet, give him alcohol, he will start scolding everybody. Somebody is not smart, give him alcohol, he will become very smart. A smart fellow give alcohol, he will sit. Anything can happen. So it's all biochemistry change. Every medicine is that. So once you become that, finished. So I'll tell you, there are a lot of, you don't have to. Suppose somebody has got some disease. You start taking medicine. It will react in some other way which medical science themselves don't know even today.
Okay.
It could change the whole biochemistry and behavior also will change.
So is it possible to stop the medication in between?
Slowly. It's like an alcohol, suddenly if you stop, there could be problems for many people. See, there are alcoholic people getting admitted to some place. You know, there are medicines, along with alcohol, you take that medicine, you will start vomiting blood.
Okay.
So generally, a fear is created in such treatments. What do? They give a tablet. They'll add something in the milk, give it, and then take alcohol. Immediately you vomit blood. So 2-3 times you do. But I have seen people even without let me vomit blood, it doesn't matter. It's like in Malayalam movie Vellam.
Okay.
The life of Murali is being shown. He's from Kannur. Got it? Like a real story. I have seen a lot of people. Now, just now my brother's son came, right? His grandfather was a good drunkard. Not that you take alcohol, you take a drink is different, being a drunkard is different. He is we call him Alacha. Alacha, why are you drinking like that? Last time we met you in same Kallu shop only, na? You were also drinking, I was also drinking together. He will not allow us to proceed further. He will just tilt to that, say, I am also a drunkard. He will say. If I tell him that why are you drinking, he will tell everybody. Shashi also drinks, I have seen him together. We only, he only paid my money like that. What to do? He will tell to 100 people. I cannot tell 100 people I am not a drunkard, right? So nobody will tell him. Nobody will object. Nobody is courage enough to do that. It happens. I have seen a lot of such people. It's very difficult. Once biochemistry changes, I will tell you there is no treatment.
Okay.
Because it's your kidney factory itself is in wrong place. What doctors can do is they will have pathology to measure different parameters. To balance this parameter, they will give one medicine. The other fellow will change.
Okay.
And once you balance, the other fellow will change. Correct? It happens. Some elderly people will scold people just like that because their biochemistry is making it. You can see they are under medication, their behavior can be different. Spondylitis. There are people who takes medicine, automatically they will become obese. Many medicines are. Yeah.
Is medical science and spiritual science both are interconnected? Are they interconnected or no?
Actually, there is no subject called spirituality. Anything and everything we do, human being with a higher level than the normal animal is spiritual. So we try to connect and understand there is a energy, there is a supreme, something beyond our level, which is giving some energy and controlling us, not controlling, helping us, not helping, making us to serve. No, not making us to serve. You know, many things happens here. You can call it as controlling, you can call it as guiding, you can call it as directing, many things can be. Everything happens because of something. Right? Electron goes around the proton. We all learned this. There is an orbit in which it goes. Correct? Did you ask why?
Because it attracts.
Why it is attracting?
Opposite charges attract.
Why is it having opposite? If it is attracting, why it cannot go inside and stay peacefully? Electron can marry a proton and then sit there peacefully. Why he is going around like this? Parents are not agreeing to marry or what? Like boyfriend is going around a girlfriend. Okay, now you ask how the Saurayutham, the whole solar system, lot of planets are going around the sun. Why? Understood? Now when I am seeing each one of you, you are seeing me. Now you zoom inside, I am only a cell, biological cell now. When you go into 10 power minus 6 zoom, 6 zeros, big microscope, see inside me, here, you will see cell. Are you seeing cell? No, only microscope can see. So go inside the cell, what you will see? Atom. Inside the atom you have a neutron and lot of electrons. Neutron is bigger, electron is bigger, or space is bigger? So what is in here? Space or matter? Space. So what am I? Space. So are you seeing me or seeing my space? See, in me, space is small, right? You agree? Because in an atom, electron is small, neutron is small, the rotating space. When you draw, how do you draw? See, 99% is gap and only 1% is electron and neutron, right? So 99% space. I am also 99% space, but still you are seeing me. Why? No, the answer is second alphabet in your mother tongue. Which is your mother tongue?
Kannada.
So what is the first alphabet? Next alphabet? Understood? So what is the answer for most of the knowledge system which we have today, including medical science? How the kidney functions? I don't think any doctor knows more than 10%. They will only experiment. When you are eating, digestion is happening. How is it digesting? It's digesting. Correct? Medicine is working and fever is going. How is it going? It's working. We have experimented in 10 people with this chemical, it's working. Therefore, it's working. That's it. Understood? That's why every doctor will say, try this 6 days. Don't they say? Review after 6 days, after 3 days. Why? I have no guarantee it will work. I am only trying in you. Correct? Is there any doctor who says, take these 3 days, don't come back to me? That means he is giving pills that will kill you only, right? That is also not guaranteed. Try this, you may die. That's only I can say. Correct? Because there is a system which is created somebody, which I have less control. Medical science is only learning little bit here and there. How does it react? Nobody knows. Only I have to take pathology and find, oh, this medicine is working. You know, BP is a very common disease. How many companies are producing different combinations of medicines for BP? Which one is to be prescribed to harm somebody? Nobody knows. They will first ask, is there a family member who has BP? You know why they are asking? Then they will ask which medicine they are taking. Immediately same medicine will prescribe. Because by generations, we all get adapted to the chemistry in which we are there. The medicine what is given in India cannot be given in America. The Coca-Cola what you get in India is not sold in Africa. It's a different Coca-Cola. When I went to Coke factory, I must have had maximum 3-4 liters of Coke on one day. Because every country different taste of same Coke, same Miranda they will display them. You can taste it free. So I was eager to know Switzerland Coke. Switzerland Coke is very good. Immediately I am seeing Paris Coke. Paris Coke also one sip. How many countries? 90 countries I finished. Oh, not enough. Then you taste back Indian Coke. So it's all different. They produce different flavor, different Coke to different people. What it? Similarly, medicines, food. Don't you think the food affects us? Okay, in Ayurveda it says, every food is a medicine, every medicine is a food. I keep saying people who take, are you a vegetarian, non-vegetarian or tablet man? Because 3 food, right? They will take either veg or non-veg. Have you seen many of the houses, the dining table itself, they have a place where they keep a lot of medicines because morning they have to eat, afternoon they have to eat. Correct? One of my friend who is highly obese, who was an admin officer from Kerala. Hyderabad, he consulted the doctor, she said, see what you should do is take 3 slices of bread. He asked, after food or before food? Because generally, doctors will prescribe medicine. Because his normal eating is 20 idlis. He will ask 3 slices of bread. Correct? So you think this tablet affects, this system is, see we have a person called Rappai. Trishur, he is no more. You know what is his breakfast? If he would have been the participant in this camp, her mother-in-law will run away. 3 buckets of sambar, 1 bucket of chutney, and 300 idlis. He'll put everything there every day, not in competition. Banana he will start eating. You need 1 banana, 2 bananas, one, 2, 3, 1 full bunch will be over. Every day. And no medical science is able to prove that where is it going inside. Number 1. Number 2, all these you weigh, it will be 100 kilogram of banana. Once he eats, he has to be 160, no? 180, 200 kg. He is still 102 only. He was between 102 to 120 kg. Even if it 100, immediately, you know why? This is called dahanam. What is it called? Dahanam. Dahanam means what? Fire. Dahanam is fire. This is the fireplace. When you feel hungry, what will happen? Fire comes into it. Got it? So this is fire. Any heavy item, any fire, what will happen? It becomes weightless. So any food you eat, so don't think 100 kg banana will become 200 kg in your weight. No. Immediately this will turn into, this is lot of acid. We produce lot of acid, and that acid burns all the food what we eat. When your acid form inside is not able to balance with the food, acidity comes out. That's why many people are acidic. That's why you get ulcer. So what to do? Alkali you should put more. Mag9 is the tablet. We know only that much. Why this fellow has more acid? Second alphabet. And that is spirituality. Anything which you cannot explain in science, the answer comes from second alphabet. That is spirituality. So what is spirituality? Not the English people. Indian. Only Indian second alphabet is used. You cannot use B, you know. Second alphabet in English is B. No, that doesn't work. First, all of you can sit and listen to lecture. When somebody says, first alphabet. Asking question, second alphabet. But I have to give a talk tomorrow evening by 4 o'clock. The Indian science, spirituality, Sanatana Dharma, Bhakti, ritual, religion, all that together. That's my talk. ഒന്നുമില്ല മോൻ ഗെയിമേ ഉള്ളൂ. Two hours question answer, almost 2 hours. Good enough? You want to hear from her?
Yes.
Tell something. What's your experience?
What should I say? You ask something. What would you like to hear?
Which year you had your license? 6 months ago.
What?
Which year?
When are you writing your?
2023. 23, 24, 23.
Obviously.
Yeah, coming.
June, no?
May.
May.
28.
May.
What was your subject?
Pardon?
Graduation.
No.
Louder.
After May, which means after producing
You mean
science.
May. What are you going to take option?
Okay, option is philosophy. My graduation subject was philosophy, so I'll be taking philosophy.
Recently, I was there in philosophy department, Punjab University.
Okay.
Punjab University is 1947, August 15th. You know why?
No.
India got partitioned. Punjab University had 2 centers.
Okay.
So Indian Punjab University, Pakistan Punjab University. And there are books, Punjab books also there. Pakistan books,
Okay.
Arabic books. One of the oldest philosophy department. 1800 it started.
Why do did you choose only civil services?
If I answer this question, it would be a typical answer from a civil servant aspirant to serve the nation. But it's not about serving the nation, but rather I'm having some other intentions. I could say, like, there are a lot of people who've been considered as a liability to the country or to the regions. So if I become an IAS officer or an IPS officer, then this fellow can, like this bureaucrats can do something for them. Not just in a personal level, but from the general perspective, we'll be able to do something for them, like shelters and training them vocationally, teaching that kids, like making awareness in them about their own potentials, so that we could convert these liabilities into assets. And I have witnessed direct corruption from my own village. So kind of something like that.
Actually, whatever she wanted to do, she can do through NGO also.
Yeah.
But there is less resources. Who is the richest entity in government of India? It's government of India. Understood? Who has maximum money in government of India? Government of India. So I am becoming part of government of India to take the resource, to use it directly to the right people. That should be your answer. Understood? It is not that I cannot serve people. I can serve people, but there is a limit. But I am with the richest person in the world. Who is the richest person in the world? Not even in India. The whole world, if you look at, Indian government is the richest. You know how much land Indian government has? Collector becomes the revenue holder for the whole district. Collector is supposed to, they can distribute with a normal good paper return. They can give it for many purposes. So it's not the real estate person who is rich. Money. I want to make a beautiful garden in my collector. Wherever my territory, I want to make this place a beautiful garden. I have to have that resource to write to the minister, get the fund and use it. I don't think any private people will be able to pull that money from somewhere as a collector can do. So as a secretary you have much more. As a state chief secretary, as a central ministry you are there in the top as cabinet secretary. You are the most richest person. And politics also is one way to, but politics you need the mandate of people and you have to, all your effort goes to get into power. But here the power is given, until retirement the power is there with you. Otherwise he has to contest election every time, prove himself, right? So your effort goes not serving, effort goes into gaining the power. So there are many methods to serve, but this is one of the method where your resources are good, I can use it totally. My resources I can use it totally because I am not wasting it, and I can reach out to the best because no people are stopped from getting to the people with the requirements, right? They will come. NGO, nobody goes to an NGO for requests, but here everything will come. And you have a lot of people where they can find out what is happening. You can take a statistics and then find out. Everything can be done. Now, do you know that in 40% of the Indian BTech seats are vacant? Understood? Graduation college, most of them are vacant. Assume that you are a collector. You could take people into confidence. Talk to the people and find out why the villagers are not educated. There are college seats vacant. Why could you allot it? One collector can do that in her district or his district. Do it in a state by a state secretary. So you have lot of resources to do that. NGO, you have to pay everybody. Here already paid people are there doing nothing. You can use that time. Correct. Somebody is paying, no job is not given. So the job is to give job to many people. I think no NGO can call a BSNL chief and then come, let us have a discussion on how no new telephone line has to be given in this village. Nobody, they will not go. But a collector calls, definitely they will go. So you have a power, you have position, you have money, you have resource. Everything is there. Not bad. Don't stop the answer until you see them satisfied.
Okay.
Not in a hurry to finish the interview and get out. I am cool, you have sufficient time, rare opportunity to get some 3-4 big people in front of me.
Okay.
That should be the attitude.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
How do I get a senior professor from somewhere? They're all great people in India.
Yeah.
Why am I in a hurry to run away from them? I am cool, I want to talk to you.
Okay.
In that mode only you sit. Don't leave them. Until you throw me out, I am going to be here. I am so comfortable, cool. You ask me, I'll tell you. I have got many answers. Which one you want? When I came for interview in director post in Calicut, they asked me a question. You have a question? I have an answer. Already prepared. This is your answer. Because all questions I was guessing before going. So what I did? Everything I typed and took it. I did not see any question which is not assumed by me. It's a big 13 pages are there. You want me to explain or it's good enough? For all the committee members, in your university also you can use it. This is the answer for it. Like that I prepared. So prepare well, very thorough. Write it down. All the possible questions, all the possible answers. Extensive. Take one by one and discuss it. I will tell you the answers. I couldn't become, but my brother was a IFS, Indian Forest Service. In Thiruvananthapuram, there is a beautiful place called Jadayu Para, Kollam. Thiruvananthapuram, Kollam, Chadayamangalam. That I don't think anybody can think of such a project. My brother was in tourism department. He was the person who was coordinating. So he could decide, give it to Rajiv Anjan as a project. Correct? No civil person can give such a project to somebody, right? I was there in the discussions when it happened. So there is a great filmmaker who wanted to take big idea is there. He went with the idea. We will not go to XYZ. No, you have to be an officer. So it came to my brother. He said, yes, we will get taken to government. You do this, pull fund, we will make it happen. It's a huge infrastructure.
Upside down.
Yeah.
Statue.
Jadayu.
He comes in Ramayana.
And the Jadayu, there is a big rock between Kollam and Thiruvananthapuram. Jadayu Para. That is, a project is given by my brother. It went to Rajiv Anjal, who is a filmmaker, who stays in Chandigarh. Day first day I met N. Radhakrishnan.
Okay.
Hum hoge kamyab. She was there in that camp. We were discussing possibility of conducting camps in Thiruvananthapuram.
Okay.
So Chandigarh has offered the facility and we can have it.
Okay.
Yeah, you were asking.
I was asking when was the first time you went out to DrTPS?
It was in 2015 when I was to completed 9th and going for 10th. And I met him and I was I wasn't even able to I said I want to take graduation in history and chemistry. There is no combination available like that. But I used to say like that. But he inspired me to go to LSR. One word he said.
Ladies Sriram College of Commerce.
Arts.
Arts.
So he stated a word, a sentence best girls in the nation studies in LSR. So that word had gone into my mind and that's how I met him. That was the first encounter.
Many students, I think from remote village from Kerala, from Kannur, I don't think Harsha and all would have never gone to Delhi for higher studies. I just told go. So she went. Yeah.
How has your life changed after making DrTPS? That before and after?
Okay, before and after it would be okay. Before and after, I hadn't done that comparative analysis, but I could say that I become a bit more learner kind of not just merely reading the things, but rather trying to understand, like reading between the lines. I'm not saying that it completely. I'm still a beginner, but kind of that kind of changes had happened in me. Like dreaming more, achieving that instead of trying doing things and learn, like enjoy learning. That's what
I keep saying don't read lines, read between lines. When you do mathematics, between that there is something hidden. If you understand that, it becomes easy, right? So look at very carefully. Don't just leave. Ask questions yourself. Suppose you are reading a newspaper. The heading itself will send you a message. Tell me some heading.
Restless news. Bridge motion.
No, the full sentence.
Full sentence.
Give them an example.
Just
One of the things what I teach for students who are aspirants is how to read a newspaper.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to ask. So just
How to read a newspaper. How to capture the content. Got it?
Police fired FIR against Bridge Bhushan, who was being alleged for restless trauma, who been accused of sexually assaulting few of the wrestlers.
Do you know the story?
Yeah, that was quite motivating.
Yeah.
today Supreme Court has said something.
Today not Supreme Court, but police had fired FIR against him.
So there is an FIR which is supposed to be filed against the culprit. Correct? But they were delayed. Understood? Now what you should do is don't read that. Either you think that you are in the court or you are in the police station. You are also partner to that. Assume that happens to one of my family member. How do I will not read it. I will think about it, right? So I am not reading. I am becoming part of it. It's like a drama in front of me. We keep saying, no, that incident happened. It's a drama in front of me. That means what? You have visualized it. So visualize. Anything which happens, visualize. When you read a news, you know what do the press people say? They will not say it's a news. They will say story. When I put a news in the press in one paper, say Hindu, if I am the reporter, my story came in newspaper. That's only they will say. It is not news. What is story? Story is only drama, no? Story is only cinema. So what is that? He is writing the news in such a fashion the reader should see it. Got it? So if you don't see, the reporter has not done his job perfectly, or you have not done the job perfectly. So visualize. Every news is to be visualized. So there is a character, there is another character. Are you seeing now? Police is there, the culprit is there, the sufferer is there, client is there, everybody is there. You are watching. Everything is like a drama. When you read the newspaper, it will be imprinted in you.
And the importance of reading daily newspapers for updation as well as for the kids kids.
For all of us. For all of us. Why only kids?
Yeah.
I am also a kid, you are also a kiddie kid.
To prepare for exam or something like proportion.
How is it helping your English newspaper reading?
Okay, suppose
And the way to read the papers also.
okay, that you will finish. But okay, as Baba said, it's if you are reading a news, you could go on for the location, the history of the event or history of the place, and the geographical locations like the boundaries, which all rivers pass by and all. So that if you are focusing on the competitive exams, they'll be asking which all countries bounding this particular country. For example, there was a Russia-Ukraine war, and in that year they'll be asking, they'll be stating some of the places in Ukraine, like Crimea and all, and they'll be asking which all places belong to the territory of Ukraine, which all places being captured by Russia, and Ukraine is at the boundary of which river, that sort of questions comes. Example, and the historical background, suppose there's a question on the Mysore Palace, then there will be a question on the Vodaya dynasty, like that it goes. But for general understanding, it would be like enrich your knowledge about a particular location, particular territory. You could know your own country, so that while taking decisions, you be able to calculate everything. Kind of, if you are knowledgeable about the geographical location or the resources available at that particular place, you be able to make an apt decision for a particular crisis.
So your question is how the newspaper reading will happen. See, this is how the question she has to. Now she approached saying this is how the questions will come, right? You have to prepare it now, or should you have that as a habit? If you have it as a habit, see, for example, I was there in I was there in Hampi. When I go to Hampi, if I would have read the whole history, I know the history, I know the Vijayanagara Samrajyam, I know what had happened there. Oh, that geography place is here. There is a great tank nearby that. Which is that? There is a river, there is a great water reservoir. If that, Tungabhadra, if that doesn't come to me, I will miss me seeing that. Correct? If I relate to that place, immediately I will say there is Tungabhadra. Tungabhadra, how can I miss? So many people will go to Hampi and then go back. Why? They have not related with the geography. When I related with the geography, immediately I will say, go to Tungabhadra. When I go to Tungabhadra, I will learn lot of things. I will learn who is the engineer there. So when there is a news coming, automatically what should I do? The other day I was there in BEL. Where? BEL. Most of the senior engineers said we are all depressed. No motivation. It's so boring. I asked them a question. You know why is it boring? Are you reading every day most of the newspapers in Kerala, news, even in many places, that Vande Bharat came? Are you reading? Yes? Did you ask a question, who created Vande Bharat? I told no that. I am sure if I did not tell you, you don't even remember him. Do you know?
No,
Read about him. That will be one of the most interesting thing. Vande Bharat, there may be a question.
yeah, sure.
Understood?
Yeah.
But you should tell that it is not politically motivated. Lot of advantage has been taken by the person government.
Okay.
But the person was a GM for the coach factory. Money. Find his full name. I know, but I want all of you to do that job. I must have repeated many times, so it's very simple for me. He is in Chennai. He gave this project for a bullet train, fast train. Now, Vande Bharat as it is his design, for all means. Nearly 10 years, 8 years he must have fought with his seniors. Nothing happened. When he became the boss, he went with the project. Luckily, railway board approved it. The money came. 200 crores or something came. And his relationship with the people was, he used to go to every employees for every function, put them together, take them together, along with them do work. And all of them had a doubt, will we be able to do such a... And he proved that we can do it in 2 years, 3 years. But, so how do you get this? You should have the knowledge that in Japan, in China, in many places, such trains are coming. For long years it is running. Do you think after becoming GM I will learn about the world? Why so many questions are asked by the entry itself? Whether you have similar interest or not. If you have similar interest, tomorrow when you become boss, you will take all this information. Whether that culture is there, whether that attitude is there in you, that is what is being checked. Okay. It is not that I must know all these to become a collector. Do you have the interest in knowing? How do I check? Yeah, that is newspaper. Newspaper collects information from everybody, comes to your house, right? Or on your mobile. If you don't read, who else will read in this world? You are the person. If you cannot read, who else will read? So when I read, I will get some idea. Oh, I can also do this in my state. I can also do it in my... But that habit of reading should be there. How do I check whether this person has that habit or not? Whether he captured the real meaning or not? Correct? For that, I need to test you. Otherwise, it's not important. To test that, whether you have that taste of knowing things happening around the world. That is important. That is important for everybody. If I am a computer person, I will start looking at what is interesting. A film person will look at how can I use it for my film. So an administrative person, tomorrow she can be in film, tomorrow she can be in shipyard, tomorrow she can be in aircraft activity, because she can be an MD for a company which manufactures different items at different places, right? Assume that you are a collector, very strict widening of the road is done, every political party opposes you, immediately you will be put into sea, shipyard. You cannot make roads there, right? Punishment will be there. But you will accept everything. So you need a general knowledge. About which subject? Everything in the world. Where do you get it? Newspaper. Newspaper gives information about everything in the world, right? You should do it. You can be in Film Development Corporation. You can be in Ayurvedic company MD. Next day you can be in KSRTC. No. You can be anywhere, right? And you don't know which part of the country you will be put. And why do you want to know about the other countries in the world? Suppose you are in a district. Okay. You happen to be in the district where Hampi is there. Lot of foreigners will come. Somebody comes from France. You don't know from which country, who will come when. When he comes, he will ask you, oh, this is, what is this? Let me Google. Can the collector say, I will Google? No. He is supposed to tell, no. Immediately, this is Ashoka Stamba. Is it Ashoka Stamba? No, Hampi doesn't have Ashoka Stamba. He is more red than you. Then you say, what collector is this? He doesn't know anything. Actually, it is in Saranath, not in Hampi. But Hampi also have, Yeah, he must have kept something duplicate here. It's not the original. Original is in where? Saranath. Understood? So how many lions it has?
4 lions.
But only 3 are there.
No, 4 directions. 4 directions.
One is damaged actually. But it is there. But is that Ashoka Stamba has got only Ashoka Stamba and the bottom portion above Ashoka Stamba, above the lion, is there something else? That is below. Inverted.
Abacus.
Actually, the original one picture you should see, there is another circle wheel on top of the lion. And that has not 32 wheels.
Okay.
Not 24. The 32 bars. Original one.
Okay.
32 bars. 24 bars is in the flag where there is a chakram.
Bars.
Yeah, bars. 24 are there, right? And original Ashoka Stamba, it's still there. Half is hidden under the mud. And you will see 4 feet on top, which is in a glass chamber there in that place, Saranath. The statue, the Stamba itself is in the museum. I kept a video.
Okay.
And that on top of it, Ashoka Stamba, this much only you will see.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Actually, on top of it, there is another wheel. On top of the head of the original one.
Okay.
And that has got 32, what is that, bar connecting to the center.
This one.
See the original one. If somebody asks you that, no, you should have this. You are administrator, Indian administrator.
Sudhanshu Mani. Sudhanshu Mani. I heard his speech,
Sudhanshu Mani, correct.
but I couldn't remember.
So the chakra is there. Nobody knows. Original one is this. So is it the original what we have got it? No. What we did? The chakra. Why the chakra is gone? Because when this was in the whole mud was on top of it. It was digged out. And this item to take it from actual where it was in the ground to the museum, it was only less than 100 meters. It broke into pieces.
Okay.
So they don't have this picture, this is only simulated.
Okay.
Got it? But imagine this was manufactured in Agra. Agra to Kashi. Saranath is Kashi, no? Are you getting the geography?
Yeah.
Geography you should know. Otherwise, when I say from Agra it goes to Kashi, you should know where Agra is. It is below Delhi. Kashi is the other side. Ganga is ending there. Thousands of kilometers today by road. Those days, by horse, by many horses, it would have been travelled from Agra. Red stone is used, which is in Agra, which was manufactured here and taken there. It has not broken. Can you imagine? And when it was taken from the ground also, from the mud also, it was not broken. When the transporting, it was broken. So what strong it was. So we have only taken the Ashoka Stamba, some portion, to our emperor. അഡ്വക്കേറ്റ് എന്തെങ്കിലും ആലോചിക്കണേ? ഭക്ഷണം അനിലിനെ കുറിച്ചാ കുറച്ച് അവിടെയാണല്ലേ?
That is my question.
ഏ
How can you teach 100% contribution to the class without any other change?
You ask me tort, you ask me evidence law, ask me CPC, CRPC, constitution.
Anything. That is my question. But
Every-
how can you contribute 100% to the
Every
class
time reading,
without
no.
any thinking, other thinking and just
I don't even have to think. I am not thinking about it. I am just telling. അച്ഛൻ്റെ പേരെന്താ അമ്മയുടെ പേരെന്താ വെച്ചാൽ ചിന്തിച്ചിട്ടാ പറയാ. What is your husband's name? Let me think. Do you think and say? This is knowledge. That is what I am saying. No, you experience, you are seeing. It's like a drama. For me, knowledge is like a drama. When I am saying somebody digged it, I am seeing a lot of people are working. When Agra it came, I know the geography of India, I know the map number, I know the distance, I know the path it goes. It just comes like that. It's like a drama for me.
So, does experience make you wiser or knowledge make you wiser?
Nothing makes you wiser. You can have bad experience also. See, assume that I am a good person, but my experience becomes so bad, I have done so many good things to somebody and they did not respond well, I got a back stabbing. Will I become wiser or cruel later? So experience need not be always good, bad experience is also there. Don't think experience means always good. Bad experience is also there. I'm a good driver, I know how to drive, but one bad experience of hitting somebody is good enough, I will stop driving. Did it make me wiser? Knowledge. Assume that, I don't know about Devaghar at all. I went to a school, right? I spoke to teachers. The first thing what I did is, I went there, 9 o'clock I was supposed to go to school. They came to pick me up at 11 o'clock. I am ready by 9 o'clock. 2 hours late. Okay, I cannot do anything. And some fellow is telephoning me, "Ye chowki se kahan pe jana hai?" I am in your land, your place, you accommodated me in a hotel and you are asking me how to come to my hotel. It's your job or my job? They have designated somebody who doesn't know the place. Okay, I was taken there. Immediately I was just pushed into the class. Students were waiting from 9 o'clock actually. They were all bored. Horrible. Too hot, too jam. Everything is waste. And why am I doing all this? But still when I go to students now, I will forget everything. She knows. When I meet my student, whatever happens, I will just forget everything. Everything is gloom for me. I was with them. After the class, 1 o'clock, somebody comes and says, "You have to meet principal." I said, "Who is she to call me to meet her? She should have come here to receive me and come and meet me in the class, right? She doesn't have that courtesy." I thought Assamese are little wiser. How do you know she is from Assam? I said, before coming, I will study the biography of the principal also. When she joined, where she is from, what is her name, what is her qualification, what is her subject, everything I will know. I went, blasted left, right, the whole school people who came for it, you know the way I blast. She started crying. Can you imagine go to a school and I am going from somewhere and then scolding somebody, they are crying. Correct? I said, you may have a problem with your management, manager, that's all different. When I come to your house, it's you. Correct? Next day morning, I had 2 days class. Next day morning, you should see the gate is open, she is waiting. Everything changed. The whole school was thinking, what happened to our principal? She was never like this. That I changed. Last week, I heard one girl ran away with the attender there. It's a residential school. See, the school is so chaotic. We will know. Everybody was unhappy. It's a huge investment, lot of things under a great name of Vivekananda, but so pathetic, no? So when we go to different places, we will see she was a highly experienced person. What is the use? Very senior lady. I remember when I went to Oman in one of the schools. I went casually. When we discuss, we will ask, I know she is from India. Which part of India you are? No, like Shah Rukh Khan's dialogue is there, no, somewhere?
I don't know.
Shah Rukh Khan's movie, when he is meeting all the people, say, we are in India. Chak De India. So she must have seen Chak De India. She said, how does it matter? I am an Indian. Wonderful, very good, namaskaram. Okay, I am also an Indian. You are also an Indian. So wonderful, happy. One lady came, she was the vice principal of the school. See, she introduced me. She is so and so, she is from Kerala. I said, how does it matter? I should only know. Correct? No. When I ask you, you don't want to tell which state you are. Vice principal is from Kerala or not, how does it matter? Why did you say she is from Kerala? You are also from Kerala. How does it matter? You said we are from India. Correct? So sometimes we see a lot of people, we know how to deal with them. And she was also highly egoistic. So manager asked, you have any suggestion? I said, first suggestion, remove her. She lost her job. Next day she was given termination letter. Correct? Next day she was given termination letter. Because it is run by embassy. So when we go there, if we are not taken care of well, we know how to take care of them. I know the chairman of that school, 2000. He had a revolving restaurant in Dubai. I went to Muscat, my next visit was in Dubai. In lunch there were 35 sweets arranged for me. Variety of sweets after lunch, generally 1 or 2, 35 for me. So they all respect me to a great extent. So they value it. I said, they don't know how to deal with a guest, don't keep them. It will, correct. So you should have lot of knowledge. Wisdom is that. Knowledge doesn't give you experience, doesn't give you wisdom. Wisdom is, without education also, wisdom can be. We have a great person in Karnataka who became Prime Minister of India. Who is that? Devegowda. So pathetic. Failure as a Prime Minister. You know why? I wish he could have given his last lecture in the beginning. All Google. You are from Karnataka, you Google Devegowda's last lecture. Very famous. You know what he says? Don't respect me as a Prime Minister. But don't you respect the chair where I am sitting? Once upon a time, Nehru sat. Indira Gandhi sat. You see the pathetic situation of a Prime Minister who has called for respect. Because as a person, he was not very good. He couldn't perform well. Many people don't even remember some of the Prime Ministers of India. Tell me, who is that? Non-famous Prime Minister of India. I.K. Gujral was famous. I.K. Gujral was a great Chandrasekhar. He got into a lot of scams.
Yes, Chandrasekhar.
No. All chief ministers, prime ministers. VP Singh was short-term. He was very famous. Mainly because of his Mandal Commission, reservation policies. I.K. Gujral was a great man.
Charan Singh?
No. He was only a temporary substitute. Chandrasekhar only, but full name.
Yes, Chandrasekhar.
Check. He was not at all. Devegowda at least have done something people know. It's a coalition government. Lot of activities were there. Correct? Chandrasekhar.
Yeah.
Not S. Chandrasekhar. That's not what I said. Chandrasekhar only I said. No, not S. Chandrasekhar. Chandrasekhar I said. Correct?
Yep.
Is there S? No, I don't
No,
think.
no S.
Is Chandrasekhar?
Yes, yes.
He has, after that he got into a lot of scam in allotting land for his own ashram farm. Being a prime minister, why do you get into such?
It's Chandrasekhar Singh. That's why I said.
No, but Singh is not generally
Not
heard.
that Singh.
No, he is the man. I know him by face. He has also connection with the Karnataka. Check. Actually, he is in Haryana.
That is Devi Lal something.
No.
And that's MP, which got an R&D defection thing. They will have seen.
No, otherwise he looks like. Do you? Okay, you may not. Your mother or grandmother will show the face. They will immediately recognize me. Your generation may not know. Good enough?
Yes.
It's 1 o'clock.
How many newspapers you used to daily?
Me.
Me.
One. Yeah.
What is the very recent blunder what government would have done?
Government.
As per you, which is one of the blunder which government has done in the recent past?
Vista. Central Vista project.
Hmm?
Central Vista project. Central Vista project, the new parliament project.
Yeah. And what is the best thing what government has done? Why do you call it as a blunder?
Because the parliament is already in a good condition. Then I don't think there's a need to do it.
Then why do you think government would have done it?
It's a kind of I can't state that like going into politics. It will come into politics.
No, but
Because it's a kind of the old one.
no, you cannot escape without giving an answer saying that it is into politics, right? You should tell. Yeah, there can be political controversy, so I am not taking any part of it. My view only I am representing. That's the best method to say polished way.
Okay. I don't know whether it's in a polished way or not, but I feel like the old parliament being named as Museum of Democracy. So it's a kind of making, like deviating from the democratic principles of the country. So that's what I feel.
What is the best project government has done?
Best project, it's again, there are a lot of external affairs sector.
How do you think our external affairs ministry is?
He's one among the best external affairs minister. He already knew what's been going on, and he's an ex-IFS officer, so he's best at dealing with, even if it's China or anything, he's good at handling.
Do you think a civil servant becoming a finance minister, external affairs minister, and such ministry is better, or then why do you need a democratic government? Everybody can be. You can select the chief of all the army staff into defense minister, all the chief secretary into prime minister of India.
No, but basically, in my opinion, there should be a basic qualification for even politicians. At least in ethics and integrity wise, there should be a basic qualification for politicians as well.
But don't you think the qualification is not important by there is a democratic method of the people understand whether this fellow is good or not, and they also evaluate his general knowledge, integrity, commitment, compassion, everything is evaluated by default, right?
But people are not aware about it.
Yeah, so where is the crux of the problem is my question.
The education system.
Education system.
People should be made aware.
Yeah, no, people should get educated, they should become aware, then things will become better.
Can I say an example?
Yeah.
So in CBSE NCERT text social science economics test, इसमें there's a chapter called consumer rights. So in that it's been explained everything about consumer rights. But the students who are learning or the teachers who've been teaching it may only ask the students to mug up the things so that they could write it in the exam for the board exams. But even after reading the chapters, most of the students or even maybe teachers are not aware about the consumer rights they are having, and they get exploited. But maybe when they are into the service or maybe they are into this particular sort of training or else, they may be studying or reading the same text, but then only they come to know about the things. Yeah, and even in the basic political sciences, it's been explaining all the rights, all the duties, and all the facilities are available for the citizens. For example, you no need to stop your vehicle if a constable is stopping you. You no need to stop the vehicle. But we people used to stop, and we get exploited. So that sort of awareness should be cultivated.
No, we have to stop the vehicle. We need not get down.
Yeah, kind of. So only SI can make us come out and fine.
Who can arrest somebody?
It's SI. Sorry, CA.
Who can arrest somebody?
CA with the warrant.
Can I arrest you now?
No.
Yes. Advocate should tell us.
Why?
Can I arrest you now?
Serious offenses.
I have a small doubt. This person is going to commit a crime. I can arrest. Yeah, arrest doesn't mean putting into jail. Arrest means I will not allow you to move. I can lock you inside and I say everybody come out. I am going to lock her inside. I lock her inside and come out. It's arrest. Immediately I should inform the police. So who can arrest whom in this country? Anybody can arrest anybody. Okay. But I must inform the police and tell, under this circumstances I had a doubt. This lady was going to be violent and she is going to harm the other person. So what did I do? To save her, I arrested her. Anybody can arrest anybody. Arresting is not allowing to move. I can tie somebody on a pillar. I cannot beat them. I can tie them. There are a lot of difference. Tying is I am not allowing them to move. Correct?
Yeah.
So tie them there. Immobilizing and then inform the police immediately. So that I had a doubt this person is going to harm me, harm somebody else. With that doubt, I had to prevent that, right? There is no point in after the event going to police. No. After the event is different. So many rules are there which you have not read, you have not understood. We don't know. Good. Half an hour. Go on.
So tell me, how was the camp? It was great.
It was great. So you must have
What did you hear from the boy?
Today this camp made me think that I should do my homework before I go anywhere or do anything.
He is Shishir. Shishir. Correct? Shishir Bhatt. Shishir Pro. Beautiful name. Shishir Pro. Yeah. Loud! Louder! Louder!
I got many poems on geography, mathematics, history,
Drawing, writing.
writing, and many things like that. Overall, it was really interesting.
In one Alapura camp, you know what I did? He asked all the participants, showed one beautiful picture of a temple, or maybe some beautiful city. 4 people stay there, start drawing. Young ones, at your height level. The next day, other people will go and finish the rest of them. Understood? Parallelly, you are drawing one picture of. You should know how to put them together and make a big picture. Everybody is contributing, it's a simple picture. Should do something like that. Yeah.
I found this camp interesting and useful because DrTPS taught me how to make maths easier and also how to learn history faster or make it easier or interesting. And I learned a lot of things. And thank you for making maths easy.
You should prove it.
Very interesting. And try to speak what you want to, what you intend to speak without any fear. That is my first point. Whatever be the grammar or any mistake or any word you don't know, that's the active word for that. Then you
just
have to speak.
Courage.
That's confidence. That's also correct. That's the main.
Louder.
That's the main thing.
When you speak louder, it means you have confidence. If you speak feeble, it shows you don't have confidence. They will assess you immediately. So always loud. Shout. Open. I don't know whether you see the nursery, kindergarten training programs, they ask you to open the mouth. American people will teach them. You see? You must see. When we say apple, we say apple like this. Apple. Is it like this? Apple. That's how they should say. Then the sound also will come out. Crack, cream, so many words they will make you to use your open the mouth. That's what they will teach. We have a habit. You can see I open the mouth. That's why the sound comes. Open the mouth. She does not have drum charades. You give any cinema actor, ting, 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 ting. Yes? But we can start again. You see, I'll tell you, when you become a character, if somebody says, if I happen to do this, she doesn't, they will forget the whole program and then say, but please. That's it, they will only look at it. Yeah.
I really love the program and definitely for training back for my class plus.
Khana was today Dosha was Dosha was good, Aloo was good, chutney was good. No, Kerala we don't need the chutney. Actually, one coconut. Suppose you are taking one 100 kg coconut, 100 grams coconut. You take 200 grams paneer, mungfali. Correct. And fry it. You don't fry. Fry it well. Even coconut will fry it. Okay. Then parallelly you fry even more cold, more solid. You put some urdu dal. Kolumbu, Tamil Nadu, always they use. And then normal, salt and ginger. Curry. I love it. Enjoy it. Good?
But it's too heavy.
Too heavy? Why did you eat more?
No, it's too heavy. She gave me 2 dosha, but I tried tired.
Doesn't lot of more. Yesterday's curry was also regular. Rice was little more. Generally we want separate, right?
And that because it's really big pressure cooker.
Yeah.
That's why.
Too much pressure.
Yeah.
External pressure also. We are not pressurizing here. So, when do you want to go? No, where are you going? No, after that, from Bangalore. Where?
Sir, shall I take his snap?
Yes.
What if it is?
Come on.
11.
Actually, I got everything is there.
Yeah, okay.
But that will not be in a group, it will be like sitting like this. If you want in a group, I can just keep it there, record for a moment, then it is done. Come on, stand. Yeah. Come here, come here. Come here, stand. Come on, rest. Come this side, beta. Otherwise, it will become only that for come, Jawans. Huh? A, C. A, repeat.